If you want to lucid dream more often, one of the most important things you can do is also one of the least exciting, and that is take better care of your sleep. And I know when people hear sleep hygiene, it sounds like rules, discipline, and a list of things you're doing wrong. But that's not how I see it. I think it's better to see it like this. If your sleep isn't where you want it to be, it doesn't mean that something is wrong with you. It means there are things you can try, and that's a good thing. Because sleep isn't something that just happens to you randomly. It's something you can influence, and it's not that complicated. One of the most effective things you can do to improve your sleep is to keep a regular rhythm. So going to bed and waking up at roughly the same time helps your body to know when to be sleepy and when to be alert. And light plays a big role. So you want to be getting a lot of bright light in the morning because it helps to wake up your whole system. And you want the opposite in the evening. You want less bright light. So dim the lights and avoid harsh overhead lighting. Make it feel like evening. This is also why screens can mess with your sleep. Not because they are bad, but because they signal to your brain that it's still daytime. So if you must use them late, lower the brightness and use night mode. Your bedroom should feel like a place for sleep, not stress. Do what you can to keep it dark, cool and quiet. Simple things, but they make a difference. And if you're lying there for a long time, unable to sleep, get up, get out of the bed for a while. Do something calm, without bright lights and screens. And then go back to bed when you feel tired. Because you don't want to associate your bed with lying awake, staring at the ceiling and feeling stressed. One thing people underestimate is how hard it is to fall asleep after a long, busy day. For a lot of us, bedtime is the first quiet moment of the whole day. So of course the mind starts racing. That's why it helps to have some kind of wind down ritual. Not because you need a perfect routine, but because your brain usually needs some time and help to slow down. And also because it's very hard to calm the mind using the mind itself. The more you try to stop thinking, the more you think. That's why it's helpful to use the body instead. Breathing exercises, meditation, reading, listening to music, whatever works for you. It doesn't matter what it is. The point is that it tells your system that it's safe to relax. Then there is caffeine and alcohol. You already know that they affect your sleep, but maybe not how. And this is where people often get defensive. And I get that. Nobody likes to be told what to do. But it's not about rules. It's about understanding cause and effect. If we take caffeine, it's not just about whether you can fall asleep. Some people can drink coffee late and still fall asleep just fine. But it's a bit like falling asleep with the lights on. Something is still interfering. Caffeine disrupts the quality of your sleep, even if you don't notice it. It fragments both your deep sleep and your REM sleep. I mean, you can still drink coffee, I do, but it's about timing and quantity. And for most people, having an afternoon coffee affects their sleep negatively. And alcohol might make you fall asleep faster, but it also breaks up your sleep later in the night. It's not about never having a drink, but knowing that it will disrupt your sleep. So this isn't about avoiding everything. It's about understanding what's happening so you can make your own decisions. That's really how I think about sleep hygiene in general. Not as restrictions, but as tools. Because if your sleep isn't great, it means that there are things you can do to improve it. Maybe not everything, but something. And even small changes make a difference. Better sleep changes almost everything. Your energy, your focus, your mood, your cognitive abilities. So instead of seeing sleep as time lost or a cost, it's better to see it as an investment. Because when your sleep improves, your days improve. And good sleep is the foundation of lucid dreaming.